Hello, I'm back. So, here's what I received today. I received a Ultrasabers Graflex. And this particular Graflex looks like it's been through the Battle of the Bastards on the losing end. It's got some, little bits of damage there and, some scrapes here and there. It's obviously been used for heavy dueling. I kind of forwent the heavy grade blade that was provided with the saber because, well, it was really hammered, and the colors didn't really look good on it. And I don't have an extra ultra edge blade, so right now I've got a custom saber shop show blade in here, which has some pretty decent diffusion and should be able to show you the colors fairly accurately. And it's really interesting, the setup on this saber. I really like the way it's set up, and I plan on keeping it exactly the way that it's set up. And so when I received this, first order of business was to disinfect it. So I cleaned every nook and cranny to the best of my ability. I disinfected it, got in there, cleaned it, and then I kind of gave it a secondary sort of rub down. Really kind of got in there with a soft sponge and just kind of. I wasn't really too worried about the finish. It's already pretty beat up. But all things considered, it's intact. The Emerald driver works. I did the batteries that came in here seem to charge fine, although I did drop my charger. One of my batteries went to another dimension. I can't find it. But the other battery is completely charged. But I have a new pair because I have plenty of these 14300s or whatever they're called that Ultrasabers has. I've acquired quite a few of them. So I have a new pair of those in here. This does have a recharge port, which is really excellent. All things considered, this is a pretty tricked out saber, other than the fact that it does have a soundboard for some reason. I have to assume that it was just strictly purchased for dueling, or maybe for cosplay or performances or something to that effect. And that's why it is what it is. And I find this Hilt to be, as far as a Graflex goes, it's really quite comfortable. I like the T grips here, although they're not quite as soft as the T grips on what saber am I thinking has the really remarkably soft T grips, and for the life of me, it eludes me right now. Yeah, anyway, so out there somewhere in the universe, there's a saber that has T grips, which are made of a really interesting material, and this is not bad. It'll probably come up into my head like right after I'm done making this video. So I guess this is kind of like a skinny flex, kind of like an Anakin design. This whole thing in the middle. I actually have an Anakin saber, a Force Effects, that has the same affectation. I like that detail. Everything seems to be sectional. It doesn't seem to be made of one piece. I like the low profile control box sticking out here. They actually have the little, I forget what these things are called, but these little, yeah, I forget what they're called, but this is a nice detail, the eyes. Yeah, I mean, it seems to be kind of the full package. The only thing that's really not terribly accurate is the bunny ears, and this section's quite nice. It has this screw. It really holds the blade in there super tight. And then, of course, I have to be careful. I have a 36-inch blade in here. But, yeah, it's a really comfortable saber for a Graflex. So let me show you how the LEDs look on the Emerald driver. Again, this does not have sound, but here you go. You'll find this interesting. We start out with blue and go to green, and back to blue. So you have this transition from Guardian Blue to Consular Green. Very interesting effect. And all the colors in between. For a second you get your Arctic Blue, and you get, well, that's the one identifiable color. It's a really neat effect, and I'm quite fond of it. I've never, well, I don't have too much experience with Graflexes, Graflex I. The one Graflex that I do have, well, the two are, or my three, boy, my brain's out of sorts, are my Force Effects versions, and those are terribly uncomfortable to wield. They're just meant to be accurate, screen accurate, and as far as sabers go, they're not really meant to be anything practical. But this saber, this is marvelous. For the amount of money I spent on this thing, and I don't want to tell you because you'll hate me more than you probably already do, but I got a really good deal on this saber. And given the condition that it's in, I don't feel like I lost out at all. I'm really, really quite happy with this thing. And like I said, the blade's really in there. The battery pack, you know, because it doesn't have the soundboard on it, does move around a bit in there, but that's to be expected. It's an Ultra Saber after all. But yeah, marvelous saber. To the point where, to be perfectly honest, I kind of have all the Ultra Sabers that I want. I've been looking through their catalog, and there's a few things that, like, yeah, I'd like to get an Archon 3.1, and yeah, I'd like to get a Tano, but I'm really starting to think that I want to get myself like a pristine Graflex, you know, tricked out the way I want to have it tricked out. And here's my question to you: does anybody out there have the nickel plating? Because there's two versions. I think it's CE and SE, and one is this one, which is just sort of the aluminum finish, and I'm inclined to just probably get this one. And then there's the version that has the nickel plating. Now, I have a Guardian on order, and I went nickel plating on that. But if I do order one of these, there's a lot of things going on that I want to take advantage of. I want to get myself another ticket into the spring raffle, and I want to use you know, the codes that are available until the 23rd, get the free shipping, the whole package. Plus, I just received a wonderful surprise from Ultrasabers. Yes, they actually emailed me out of the blue. I had done my review on the Azure Fallen, and I had written to them, back when I received the saber, probably a month ago, however long ago that was. And I had, you know, basically taken my video, put it on the saber form, and I wrote to Ultrasabers, and I said, you know, I'm not exactly sure if the rewards program is still in effect. I did receive credit for a review for my Electrum Wind, and I had received points for that. And I said, you know, I don't know how it works if more points are available. But if I have any points coming, please, you know, if you can see that if I could get them. And then I didn't hear back for forever and ever. Then tonight I hear back from them, and they really liked my review to the point where they're actually going to use my review for their promotional materials, like on their website. And they gave me 200 points. So that was really, really nice of Ultrasabers. Amongst everything that's going on right now, yeah, I'm pretty happy with them, to the point where I'm thinking I'm going to use those points to purchase myself a Graflex. And then after that, other than maybe getting a Chosen, get the Vader version of the Graflex, there's not too much else I want unless they release some new Hilts, because I have everything that I desire from them at this point, other than free stuff. It'd be nice to win a raffle. Anyway, so that's just me wishing, not expecting anything. So don't get upset with me. Anyway, so here it is. I guess I don't really have to review this, but I probably will in some decent lighting. And or I might actually wait until I receive, if I do order a Graflex, I'll wait until I receive that and I'll review that, because you've seen this. And I love it. This is a keeper. This saber has found its forever home. And yeah, it's a delightful surprise. People have asked me what I felt about the Ultrasabers Graflex, and I had no frame of reference. And now that I have this thing in hand, this is a really solid and well-made piece. I mean, it's not screen accurate, but that's not terribly important to me. I'd rather have a little degree of functionality. I want to be able to go outside and swing this thing around when the bears aren't around and have some fun. And you don't really need sound for that. And I do really like this color changing. It might seem distracting for some, but yeah, it's kind of a novelty. But yeah, it's a hell of a lot of fun. So anyway, so I'm extremely happy. Yeah, there you go. So as I'm always telling you, do all the stuff you have to do to stay healthy. Okay, please, because it's really important to me that you guys are all right. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Probably tomorrow, no doubt. Take care now. Bye.